Well, good night, everybody. Welcome. Antonio, you left me a message in the chat that the images and audio in the WhatsApp chat are very good. We're going to talk here today about a business opportunity that we've come across. Well, practically 2 months ago, 2 months and peak. I don't remember the exact date, February to mid-February, although we already know the company that launched this opportunity, Chapter 3. So long? Well, Antonio told me everything was fine. We were almost a year old. He's going to do it now by working with the company behind it. Chapter 3 IO called Savify. And this is one of the main arguments. I'll fiddle with it. Throughout this presentation, when Chapter 3 appears, the first thing I analyze is good if it comes from a company I already work with. That has a copy trading of Forest, that's great. Good profitability. They haven't called any accounts for 4 years. They're professionals. They make everything transparent. They command weekly information and details. Everything you have, all the operations you do, the strategies you take, etc., I see in my account and it goes up. What's up? Conflicts in the market, but still they know when to stop, etc. I mean, we're with a few people. What do they work with? Technology and work with extraordinary professionalism. And that's the first argument I see in the time to analyze K3. And for me, K3 is also a novel concept about, all because cap of capitalization and then IO of web point 33 of web point 3, which is an emerging technology, YY. And very modern that we'll see in the next slides. But no, first you have to also talk about the company and the person you are discharging. He invited me to say here, we want each user choose your risk and buy. So your profit level, the more one you invest, the more potential profits. The more one invests, the more likely it is. Losses in case of loss. In this case, we have a lot of confidence in Savify, but there's always one. Risk components in the market. And the one who tells you what's wrong with him, lying. Therefore, the responsibility to invest and participate in such a business is always from the same person, not the person he is. You invited or from the company you're going to work with, okay? So Chapter 3, EO will always do his best to generate income. Liabilities to your clients. And inevitably, there is one. Risk, so you have to talk to people who have it. Investor mentality, because in the market today, the market we are dealing with is very large and good because not everyone has this mentality. And sometimes one is in a company and we might get along and get started. To blame him by firing, blame everywhere except for himself. Like if someone does, forced one to enter with the business. Well, I think this has already been made clear. Capitalize now. With web point 3, you can increase and multiply your capital with a modern business and achieve the financial freedom you want. What is web point 3? This for me too. It's quite novel. Let's say we get to web point 3 from the history of the internet, which is web point 10. That this started, well, what do I know? When he started on web 1, there's 8990 a slow connection 1, a telephone connection with telephone line card once. Therefore, the internet is a bit of a cultural reading tool. Things let you know very new things, but no, there is no interaction because it is to let you know, read text, etc. And very slow, very fancy. Very gadgets on the web. 2.0, well, this has been coming since 2005, 2004, 2005, I think, where the concept of social networks appears. Everyone knows how Han. Is social media influenced? Through the internet, they have reached, visualize, and be. It has a great impact on all aspects of our lives, on all aspects of society, and on scientists. Education, finance, technology, that is all the sticks we have. We can imagine, I mean, it was a revolution. Practically, from my point of view, it's a revolution that's gone. Zoom in a few times for good. There's always a majority, right? Good things, bad things. But if there's a part, the negative side, is that there is interaction between users, and this interaction makes more information expand, then suddenly at some point, well, I never went out. Like that, we have more access to insider information. Oh, has some more details about what happens in different aspects of society. But the problem is there are a group of companies that have taken on such a scale that they are right now manipulating and monopolizing the market. That is Google, Facebook, Twitter, Amazon. There are a number of companies that have control over what they are. Are they the owners? Currently from these companies. Some of the most powerful investment funds in the world. Vanguard, BlackRock are funds that, well, they have some capital per capita income. Capital is higher than that of most countries from Earth, and we know they're practically controlling. In all these social networks, there is a censorship aspect. There are more censors on the internet today than when I was 10, which is not an exaggeration, and you all know that's probably true. So these companies have become billionaires. Database of all of us interacting in different fields and on different social media through advertising and so many things. That would be the one. Leave a little more. Negative and Web.3. Well, that's what's coming up now. It's technology. It is a technology that gives users value power. All the information. There won't be companies that can control it. This is going to be from one way to take advantage of this. Technology will be liberalized and democratized. Information that users exchange with us. Because everything is going to be anonymous. We're not going to have to open one. For a particular business, you must enter our first and last names. This is left behind. And the same will probably happen in endless business. What are they going to come out of? In the future social networks, this is what may happen to the Web.3. Is it still to be seen? But what's he going to play? All sticks are the same. That touches the web point. To all the sticks and areas of our society, already everyone is saying, what is it? According to the financial secretary's font with the website .3, this is a golden opportunity, and look at what we have. The luck in quotes of that. We're going to be working with a company on a fledgling technology that is already ahead. And what's he carrying? Long time no see, 4 years preparing this, analyzing and studying this technology, because remember, Savify works with artificial intelligence, very developed that she is. It can be obtained in a fairly effective and safe manner. Good. Returns on the foreign exchange market. And in others, then they start playing, or they can play in the future and with their web. Yep. 3, because they will use it. They will touch our technology disposition too. We can do it. A modern business and financial freedom. Of course, this is going to be the one who works the most. High income quotas will come faster, and those who work less. It'll take a while, more, but well, there's room for all profiles. Well, then it's a decentralized project that uses this state-of-the-art technology and offers the possibility of developing a cutting-edge business, generating daily profits through contracts. Smart contracts are contracts that cannot be manipulated once all information is focused and the business is about to be. So that contract is already untouchable as they can move. There is no way that with a smart contract, the company, you can change information from business can change the rules of games can kick it. Such a person, a business, including. Well, the bills are anonymous, but well, from the companies always, they know certain people with determined leadership and what happened in others. Companies or PASA still happening? What people? Let's say when they start protesting because things don't see transparency and they protest and demand from businesses. Well, we've had that experience. Shut up. Mouth either kicks you out or changes the rules of the game and leaves. Another side with him. Money, that's going to be absolutely impossible here, which I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to admit it's the first time I'm going to work with this guy. Smart contract and marketing network. And I probably think pioneering is chapter 3 in work. With marketing, binary with smart contracts, but pioneer or first of the very first in the world. Okay, there's a link in the part on the left. You can copy the link and view the smart contract on the net, and there is also the possibility of seeing all of them moves, all operations, money coming in, money coming out. Where does this percentage go here and this percentage go there? This percentage of the network, all in a transparent manner, can be seen on a daily basis, which is absolutely extraordinary. I don't know if Antonio then in the end will want to touch on this transparency issue, but remember, we have it too in the final part. David and Antonio Ye are also eligible for the CIO, Mr. Mady. Well, you have it. Control using Web 0.3, I don't know. They store the data. As we said, it's anonymous. You have control of your account, and no one can freeze your account, which is exactly what we've been saying so far. Well, business plan, we're going to make money. How good then? Here's a 60. And 5% to be distributed. Investment. Let me do a user. 65% goes to stop. The trading. Are you making a deal? So real product, that's something else. Interesting to argue. How many times do we work with companies? Yeah, I do this, this. Well, show me, or they show you. Lies or show you. Weird things are not show you reality. I mean, here, real product that one can monitor. And this is another very important point. 60 and 5%. Stop. That trading product, 25. For a plan of 15. For the company's profit, but it should be noted that yes, one is 1,000, not 65% of 1,000. They're gonna pay him. You're about 65% of 1,000, right? Are you going to be paid your commissions and your rent, Sue? Percentage about 1,000. Okay, it's not that you're losing that 35 at all. That's just an internal distribution that the company does. In order to be able to maintain long-term sustainability, business period. I like this plan of reference. 25%. It's pretty discreet. But I prefer a company that pays what it has to pay to keep the business going for decades rather than not that it pays. Look how much he pays, look how much he pays, and from. After 6 months, the company closed down and could no longer pay. And thus, many of us, we've been through that too. Or yes, then a feature we're going to. From the point of view of marketing plan, moderation is the 1-1. Balanced marketing plan, so we can work smoothly. So I can bring a person here and say, look, we continue working, and from here. At 5, look, we're still here and still working. And that one can make plans in half a plan, medium, long term, without that anxiety until how long will it last? As CIO Mehdi said in one interview at a conference I listened to. Well, if other professionals on the network marketing Han, after the incident, Han has successfully established a company and set an example. One I'm not going to mention, 30, 40 years and they're on the market. Why us? And that's me. He marked me. He said, look, here we have some CEOs, they want long-term work and numbers. Real products, okay? Here we're going to be able to enter with 25 USDT, which is him. Equivalent to 25 plus 10 members. And then you can come in 25, you can come in with any number that is multiple. 26, 2,500. 15,000. Anyway, you're going to put not that. You have to enter with 25. You can enter with higher amounts than that. Multiple of 25. What about the reward from sick to sick? Aero 3 diary, because it can come now giving 18, 19. We know that by the strategy that the company is following. The idea, maybe this will talk him over in the end. The idea is that I can increase that percentage to You land on 10 to 15 already from maybe, I don't know, mid-year. I don't know these dates, but there are technical arguments. That's why this year will be a reality. So we will have our share and we will have it. Daily reward. For example, if 1,000 is one. Rounded number, if we put 1,000, what is the contract? The contract is that I will be paid twice. But you're not when. You go in, the business is open because the contract is 25 contracts. 1,000 then. You open a contract, 50, because you're increasing. Because let's see, do we go in here to capitalize or do we go in here to make 4 cents and spend it? In the first bullshit. We come here with a mentality and capitalize on this capitalization cap. Is that the idea? Why can you enter a market? None. Exclusive as ForestCon. 35 USDT, but if you have as in 5, 10, 10,000, you can start with 50, 10, 1,000. But I only counted it to double it all, and I would know how to believe all of them. Contracts than you. You actually want most people start, they win, they buy, and another person wins. They buy another one and they're increasing your revenue potential. All right then. If I go in here, I'll put I don't do anything else. Well, you're going to wait for the time you have to wait for the daily percentage until it's explained to you. But which one? It's the most that has 3. And why do we say that? With K3, we can capitalize. Yeah, we divulge it, we do. A work team, well, with the bonuses. We're going AA? Win. Okay, let's go. Accelerate the process of that is. Come on, I put 1,000 and can I make it, 2,000? Well, in 30 days, in 60 days, in 90 days, in 15 days, there may be a moment as the business grows that I may be doubling mine. Capital. Once in week 200, once in the week. Or once a day, we've already worked in any business. With a profile similar to this one, where there were bonuses, accelerators, and some of the people in this room, including me. We got to where we were, keeping a business duplicating the investments once a month for having made a large network structure retracts by day now 3,000. We know that they're going to expand it. It's also good because compound interest can go. Shopping. Making new investments, new contracts from 25. Okay, and the withdrawal is a minimum of 10 USDY. We have the smart direct bonus that they're going to give me. I bring 10. People to the business? Well, what they bought me gave me the first purchase of 8. And right now, what if I bring a person and that person comes back next week? Will you buy again tomorrow? Buy again, and I buy another pack, and I buy another pack from the first purchase right now. 4. The following shopping is for you, giving a 4. But it seems that although the novelty they will give for the successive ones, you also buy 8 applause. This is going to be very interesting knowing that I have one royalty of the entire structure of my directs. And of course, of the whole network structure that's going to do that. Let's see the following bonds. So one does his math. We brought 10 customers, 1,008% purchase. Now the next 4 purchases and soon 8, and we have marketing. Binary marketing would require separate training. At least 20, 30 minutes, but the basics. It's one, will you have one team on the left and one team on the right? So we're going to have a leg. Right? And one leg on the left, usually on the track. You're going to have a stroke that might come from upstairs. In theory, okay, it would be normal. So you're going compensating both legs, right leg, left leg. Do you have more points on the left leg? So you put a new person on the right. Okay, so you're driving. Those 2 structures and then strategies. There are many. Is there a video? They're recorded, already doing about investment strategies with high amounts. Starting with small amounts, I recommend you put everything in. Is the concentration in your initial position. Now, if you are ready, you come with a minimum 5,000. There are a number of strategies that can be armed based on you. Partner 1 and partner 2, and also depending on the profile of the one person or one person with profile, what does a lot of network or one do? People with non-network investor profiles need to meet your ascending line and see what's in what. Rama or right leg or left leg, it may be better for that person, because everything better for that person is better for you. I mean, always thinking in helping them, people. One, you can't think selfishly. I'll do it. Ratio, advise him. This is what's best for me. And that happens a lot in this industry. Also, yes, so we're going to advise people what's best for them and what's best for them. Well then, this is the profile. It's okay. It better be on the right or on the left. There, with your upstream online work team, you make that decision. And here of all of them, the bonuses here are from everyone. Points than you. Hold it on your leg. Diary's on his leg more. With less points that day, I was going to say more. Weak but weaker leg today, tomorrow may be strongest. Levan, for example, they will give you investment, $1.50 of all the money I know. Injection is $1.50. Well, based on those points, you get 10%. Okay. We have 5,000 points on the right because 10 times Tando 500 for Buchaka, 500 for your fund, 500 for you for your benefit. We logically recommend men. If as you earn high amounts, it will already you give to diversify and pay for your little things and stuff. But as long as you don't make a large amount of money because those 500 will be reinvested, not made. Okay, so they're going to give us 10% of the daily leg of the leg that has less points based on a $0.50 point. And this Maxim monkey is something new to me, novelty, because he's a paid Machimono. About them, retreat. For me, it's the first time I'm going to do one, marketing, where it's leaving me to pay commissions for withdrawals from the people. And these commissions are in a unilevel network. This has nothing, as for the binary, this is a Pono with one. The different structure is a lateral structure. That's why whoever works more will have a very strong bonus in the medium term. Because if you have 10, 20, 30, 40 direct, 40, 50 personal direct, imagine earning 2% of all retreats from level 1 and 0.5 to level 5 from the 2 you can see. A Chichimorea can seem very small. No, the beginning is a bit. Why are we starting? But a person who started today with 1,000 account, from now on, you can have 2 accounts of 100,000 in 1 to 2 years. If he makes red and more, huh? I just don't want to give stratospheric numbers, but we know it's a lot more. So the withdrawal is higher, the percentage is higher. So this is a long-term medium. It's a very greedy, very attractive bonus. What reward? Work and dedication, and those who bring more direct personal, therefore a more serious lateral network. Well, we have a series commission. We recommend it. The profits, passive, and we have the possibility of duplicate. Our license from 1,000 will be changed to 2,000. Very little. Timing. We've seen people grow from the start, of course. People who suddenly started with smaller amounts, no 100, 200, etc., triple your investment in 7 days. Because they started networking. This is something that offers very little business in the market me. I imagine many of us here This requires work, dedication, professionalism, patience, no despair, but we have a long-term business, and I imagine almost all of us here in a year and a half, to say a few amounts, to say no because many will. Much earlier, double yours. Invest once a day. Can you imagine having an account of 5,000 and doubling it once a day, or once a month, and people winning? So it's to 1,000 will be thousands and thousands and thousands. And they're going to be getting a paycheck apart from their other jobs. That can come very well for them then to improve his financial situation, family situation, etc. We have two. The leadership bonus we have here is a diamond. David King, I'm in sapphire, and I think we're almost in ruby. We already have one too. Emerald in Alexander's business, and this is the point you're leaving on your leg. Because you see the amount of points saved there, they pay you. So go, 125 points give you 1010 USDTA. Starting at 250 points, you have saved yourself and you have collected from the weak leg. They give you 20, the bronze 12 to 50 points. They give you $100, etc. This leadership bonus, we know the retreats are, can you do it once a day? You can only make one retreat a day on 24 hours. But if there's a chance, you'll do two if you have this day. A rank bonus to collect. You can make 2 retreats, including the fat one. And sapphire, 2,500 points. Diamonds, 125,000. Well, crown diamond, 1250,000. It doesn't take long to get there. We already have people here running very fast and working very hard. But well, we also know that this table says they're going to expand it to more ranges, okay? It's also a bonus. Extraordinary, because already in level. Hi, yeah, I've received the bonus, so look at it. 5,000. You can buy a cabin on the beach. You can buy a good car. You can help. You can leave it there. University of Twos. Children anyway. And as you can see in the bond summary, it's a circle. It's a circle, the square of. Circle, I tell you. I'm not saying everything that goes into the beginning, not the beginning, because when we withdraw, we generate commissions. And when we buy packages, we generate binary bonds. When we charge the track, let's put together 25 and bring them back. Reinvestment is the same. So we're generating one. Eternal circle persecutes chloro. We will generate benefits from all bonds because everyone affects everyone, and all bonds are intertwined, which we can use, generate a very good one. Medium-long business. Deadline. So gentlemen, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity with this marketing plan. Welcome to the new era of Web.3. We have an official Telegram channel there. There are already people with it providing very good training, tools, etc. Everyone knows that everyone who is active can join there or join your sponsor's WhatsApp group. Okay, so here's my presentation and I'm going to give way to the guests. Thank you. Well, Antonio?
Antonio, wow, what you presented, not my signature.
Greetings, Merdi. How are you? Thanks for being here. We wanted to make way for Antonio David and leave you to close. But well, if you want to say hello to the room.
No, first I want to thank you and congratulate you. Submit this.
Thank you, Jose Antonio. Give us there. Yes, Doa Galvadez is a very supportive person. And I have to say, he's always very attentive to the group. And he is a tireless worker. I know I also have a chance to be with the guys there in Mexico at the broker event, right, Antonio? So you know the guys firsthand, and I have to thank you for the extraordinary support work you do for the entire team. Thank you very much. I'll leave you there.
Well, thank you all very much. I won't take many minutes because pretty much everything has been said. As mentioned earlier, this is not an investment recommendation. We're not financial advisors, but what we can achieve in this company is amazing. How we can achieve these bonds from our own wallet to accelerate, double, multiply our balance in crypto assets, decentralized MetaMask that no one can block you is a miracle. So what I liked most was the transparency, as mentioned above. Sometimes we invest blindly. We are used to a company that gives you a few numbers, but they don't have a livelihood. And now we see full transparency, not that you have to ask the company to audit, but it's in the eyes of the whole world. It's an open book, it's an accounting book, a blockchain that we can see a lot. And now I'm going to show you the smart contract. Because we can also see the movements that are being made in Forex. No, so this is very important because this is not a Ponzi scheme. It is true, multi-level. The difference is a Ponzi goes in and you make other people's money without a real product and falls when they stop coming in here. Not even the last person to enter will have the same opportunity to enjoy these excellent services and products, which is wonderful. I have a clear conscience to be able to take care of my network. Not thinking about winning me, but helping them. And real success will come to you. When you help enough people achieve their plans, it comes out. Then I will show you the official page by sharing my screen, which is K3 Points. And here is some information about the company. You're obviously going to need to ask the staff who invited you for the registration link, but well, below, if you realize there's a little button in KAP3 and we click on this little button, where does it take us? Is it going to lead us to the smart contract? It's out in this contract. We see, look, plan purchases, retreats, plan purchases, records from 1 hour to 29 minutes ago. Let's look, for example, here. For some closed numbers, we will look for investments of 100 to 1,000 or something to make it easier for me to search here.
Let's see.
Let's see how to open up a little smarter here. Look, here's a 100 USDTS plan purchases here. So let's see what happens to this smart contract. As mentioned earlier, 65% of the capital goes to the market. And here it is. Look, these 100 are the ones who came in. These 65 are the ones who went out to invest. These 10 are the ones who went out to spend the company. And well, the other 25 are the ones who stayed in the contract itself to pay for the business plan. Then I can come here and we'll look for it. Ah, here it is. Look, this is the concentration every time a certain amount comes in. Well, you are. What do they say out? What do they say out is out? So for example, here we see some money out. Here they come out 10, 12, 1, 7, 2. Where did they go? Well, let's see here that tracking is an audit tool for foreign exchange trading accounts, which is one of the baskets where money is used, and we'll see it in the history, and we'll see it here, for example. A deposit, look at 10171 deposit here, 206s appear because they are penny bills. So there is the game. We have this exit where I stayed. I was wrong on the page. This is 10172. Why did they arrive 10171? Because the network charges an OSDT. No, there we see another 2323 below. Well, we are looking for him here, 2323. Here he is. Look, here he is down. So you can audit, review, analyze the smart contract and this Forex account as much as you want. Here, look, we sell what they do. They show you an account they withdraw, I don't know, 100, 200% in a month. Yes, but what did they do? They opened one to buy and one to sell, and the one that burns, the one that loses, They don't show you, they show you the other. It's like a blow. If I record the video, I say the eagle comes out. The eagle comes out because if the sun goes down, I will show you, and I say the other way around. I don't show you that, and the salesmen make you think they have unrealistic and exorbitant profits. But here it's not about being foolproof, it's about being profitable, and we've had a track record for years. So, as a sister company of Savify, from the same ecosystem, from the same CEO, we have a complete transfer and trust in our partners, even our friends, our families, who are asking us, and what are you doing now? Look, I found something that is now reliable, something that is now durable, something that I don't have to be demanding. Show me what they do, because there it is. I check it whenever I want. So that's what convinced me, the wonderful transparency that this business gives us. That would be all on my part. Saturn, thank you for the opportunity.
That's perfect, Antonio. We also have David, my sponsor, who puts all the meat on the grill, works 24 hours a day, caters to many groups, and benefits the entire network. And nothing, David, how did you get to Diamond? What seduced you from this business to be putting so much strength and so much courage into it?
Muchas gracias, Satu, por invitarme. Well, first of all, congratulations to Satu because one diamond does not come by one alone. But because of the team that is being built, Satu is also a very good leader and his structure has many people. So at the end of the day, when Antonio or anyone is coming up ranks because he's building a team that's also working. So that's why I congratulate you, Satu. Muchas gracias. And what tempted me to work KAP3? After all, some people asked me the same question when they told me, but how did you contact me? What is the intention of contacting me? And I mean, surely if you have experience in the sector, you'll know that's what we're looking for, experienced people. It lasts many years in the industry because it's no use working for 1 year or 2 years, 3 years, and then I'll take your bill and don't let you withdraw it. Invent it's hacked and don't let you withdraw it. Others tell you directly about the company, so we look for things so that doesn't happen. And that's how I met Saifi, which is the sister company where Mary Mostawi and Julia Ramirez were, which are the owners, where through a real service with a 5-year history, I said, wow, I'm going to try that service. We try it every month, and in terms of investment plan, positive returns are great. But it is not so reproducible at the network marketing level because there are restrictions by country. Not all people have enough capital to access. And when he said half, but wait, we have a company that we also have testing there, which is the sister. It comes with the same service, but people can start at 25. Are those countries that are blocked and unable to participate decentralized? All countries can participate. So from 25, all decentralized countries, and now we add the host of hosts. And it's that the actual 5-year historical product that I've been with them since last year, and I've got my real-time experiences that I wouldn't mind teaching who I live with. It's time to open it here. We have blue operations, which are red profits, which are lost live. And if we see, for example, all the profits above, well, we see some numbers. In this case, you usually don't see the light theme clearly. So we see more than 45,000 euros generated in accounts per month. And you can handle different accounts than the same service, which is valued or maintained by 3 professional traders. And an aunt they've created for 4 years, they're modifying it. According to market news, they are carrying a very conservative service that always tells us the same thing. For example, Julia, who is in charge of technical services, is not interested in us, nor is it very interested in doing a lot of things. Not to make it very attractive on the level of many people. What we are interested in is keeping it for many years to be 5, 10, and 20 years. Why? Because if you don't make a good profit for a day or a week, they will make a very good profit for you the next week. Why? Because the intention is not to risk the market, it is to maintain a positive profit percentage in the EN over time. Because in the end, a good trader. It's not the one who makes you 20% or 30% every month because there's a month to read them, but the one who keeps you for a year, 2 years, 3 years because you've seen that operation last for 3 years. If you keep her here in 5 years, 20 years, Bante, 1, you can develop your business at the investment level because you have a real product that you can view, as our partner Antonio shared with us through the smart contract. reaching the broker, where you can see all the live operations. If you lose, you will see it. If you win, you will see it. And within a year, you will not come up with a story. You will hack it, and you will see the liquidity there every day. In addition, if something strange happens, we call the doctor's attention. And he is here and always tells us. You can see it every day, but one very important thing. When you get binary other bonds, you get 1 year, 2 years, you make a good structure, and then they invent it, they hack it, they don't pay you or whatever. Because you send money to the company where they have the fund, where they scratch it into their pockets or diversify it, and you don't know. And when there are a lot of people and they can't afford that because they've spent it or they've kept it for themselves, they invent that, they've hacked it. 20,000 stories, what's so good we have here? That once the customer enters, 25% of them are separated by the blockchain. Imagine that whether you have 1,000 people or 1 million people, the percentage you will collect is already on the blockchain waiting for you to withdraw. Withdrawal, no need to email the hand and say, I have a hospital. No, there is already withdrawal. The liquidity itself reaches you in 1 second. That is, the work you do will serve you now and in 5 or 10 years because it's there. If the operation goes wrong in a month, instead of 8%, 101%, we need to charge 3% because the market allows it to operate worse. That month doesn't affect us at all because if you charge 1,000 a day, 5,000 a day or 5,000 a month in commissions, you're going to keep charging. This is good or bad because they are parallel services. If the operation, as there is an average of a very large bank, it may be more regular for a month because you are also making more capital than you have to pay. It will not affect you so much after all because it's an example, because we probably don't see it much, or at least we don't even see it. So we mainly have the word Satu. But what I loved was the transparency, the history, the durability, the blockchain, the virality from $25 that we have. As our partner Alejandro always says, the full gear.
Very good. Thank you, David, for being here. And I know you're busy working with a lot of groups. And well, I have to thank our CIO, Mehdi, who's here to give us a few words. And I have a couple of questions, but I'm going to let Mary talk and tell us little things going forward. And thank you very much, Mary.
Thank you, Saturn. First of all, thank you for the quality of this Zoom you're doing with David Antonio and your Saturn. Congratulations on this quality and also conveying the message of K3YY. Greeting Antonio. We met at the Amoni Expo in Mexico City, and greeting Antonio and his wife. The ones who don't know me are Mary Mustawi, co-creator of KAP3. Today, we are at a very interesting time. The timing today is super interesting because you are familiar with the vehicle. On 3 entering the mass, we are in a couple of days. Is it a solution? Because today I asked myself, what was the biggest challenge they met with KAP3? There was only one. There was one. I'm done. Because as David said, the trading operation is solid, right? So capital management, transparency, as Antonio showed with blockchain, that's it. And the presentation was more than complete. But we're also breaking paradigms, aren't we? By block KAP3. It was one of the first in the world in the history of our marketing industry to have a binary smart contract on Web3. This is something that has not been seen in recent years, no. So in this sense, because like any technology we have, we're working on this blockchain challenge, which works very well. But we realized in the first year, because it tells me that 3 is 1 year old, why hasn't it grown? No. Why didn't he grow up a year ago? Because the answer is very simple. When we started chapter 3, we were the first AA to have this non-binary contract, so we tried it. And we quickly saw that there was a stability issue, that you can't grow your network as much as you want, because we agreed that chapter 3 is made to mass. No, not made to have 200, 300 community people. It's made to have thousands and thousands and thousands because it's accessible, he replied. As David AA said, many things people want, look for, and now 3 people are looking for. It's the same evolution as a car. We didn't talk to David about it. We're now with the Ford T, not here to heat the engine, so I don't know which starter. Before in Spain, because it was very cold, you had to put the starter to heat the engine, didn't you? Today, because you have turned on your car remotely, no, you have turned it onto the top, and all this evolution on Web3 is much faster. The evolution of Web3 will be impressive in the next few years, and more in the stage we are in today's Bing, where Bitcoin ETFs exist in the United States, etc., making the next few years simple. Or Bitcoin ties to $1 million to force zero because there is one or the other, but if we have seen what David has seen for many years, we will do it in crypto. We are at a super important moment, and the decisions you make today will determine your financial situation in 2 or 3 years. And today will determine how you will be in 2026, 2027, no. Today, with Chapter 3, we now have a vehicle in your hands that will help many people around the world capitalize and achieve financial freedom. And you're at this point where the car is going to race on the track. And from here in a year, it's going to be an impressive moment when you're going to know Chapter 3. The leadership that exists today is impressive. And they are joining in Spain, Europe, Latin America, Colombia, and so on. In Mexico with Antonio Galvan. The leadership that is joining in Chapter 3 is impressive because we are seeing things that are in the past. Didn't we see it like this with apprenticeships? No, that's the message that invites you to make a decision today. Because we're a few days away from the car on the track. And then you, Satu, Antonio, will know diamonds. But faster than David did? No, that's a guarantee when we make this improvement of how much gas he consumes today. You used to consume tons of gas, didn't you? And one day a Cadillac that's electric. So when we reach this capture, it will take off. But as we have rarely seen in the past, then you are at the best time. There are few diamonds, there are few new emeralds, there are few Sahiros and everything. So you have your place, you have your leadership, and you can take advantage of it to take a good opportunity. I want to conclude that one of our goals is because we have been in love with the retro marketing industry for 10 years. I don't know if there's a week in 10 years that I stopped working for a week without Zooming, working, and charging in 10 years. I don't know if I've been 100% stopped for a week. I always have to disconnect a little bit, but I told them, I don't remember that. Why?
For the update we're gonna have.
What?
The update we're gonna have now?
No update, no update. I've lost my mind because if you can see my eyes or see my eyes, hey, you can't sleep. You can't sleep with so many beautiful things waiting for us. So many stories and testimonies that we expect you to take this. This place is yours, this moment is yours, but the train passes, the train will pass. And that's the most important thing. Yes, I want to have a little story. I don't want to have a quick little story because it's a decision moment. When we are at K3, you will decide whether to do it or not. After that, the train will pass. It's a story about a train in Russia, not in the cold. And there are a lot of workers on the train, and the train stops. Stops so you can't pee, not in the cold. So one was peeing and suddenly the train goes and one of them was looking in the middle, but he had his pants down. So the Lord didn't know whether to climb up to his pants or run toward them both. I didn't get on the trousers, I got on the train, and the Lord was frozen in Siberia. Sometimes you have to make decisions based on the context. It's not the best in your life. I don't know what situation you're in. I don't know your past, your fears, your injuries. We all have wounds, but today you're ready to run. You're ready to make history with us. We're ready to work with you, with David, with Saturn, Alexander, Antonio. And that's what I want to share because what comes with chapter 3 is awesome. Thank you, David, for the invitation. It's Saturn. and here we are.
Well, there were a couple of questions, but I think they've been answered. But one of them that's left that would stay there that I'd like you to give us an answer based on your experience. We know there's a hey. Let's say the dollar is asking for strength. There's a kind of financial battle there with countries coming together to work with a gold-backed currency. Many analysts are talking about a possible dollar financial crisis that will affect the stock market. It also includes a panorama that I don't think will come. It's always positive about a possible international war, etc. How does this affect our market in which you operate? Everyone should know what these analysts are talking about. Audio medium, listen.
Thank you for asking. Is it true that we are talking about a crisis that has lasted for many years? No, Robert, I know it's been 20 years since the crisis. No, then obviously, when you predict it's going to rain and you dance for hours when it's going to rain, it's not the law of patience. So, of course, we're in a different economic environment, moving faster and faster. But what we know is that this is a time of crisis. Creating the future rich, we are ready to accept the crisis with your good mindset, your good thoughts. If it were a day or two, we would have a crisis because that's important, not how much you can withstand the blow. Because when everything is beautiful, it is easy. If you have a boat that crosses the Atlantic when the sun is on, it's easy, no. But if it rains and doesn't cross it because your boat doesn't work, no. Then we try to have a boat that can hold on. If the dollar suddenly disappears tomorrow, we will all be affected by it, even in our personal lives. So, Saturn. We've got it ready. We have a monitoring team working Monday through Friday. We constantly update AI. That is, we update it, adapt it to the new pace of the market, and the dollar is good or bad. We will take advantage of these trends.
Well, thank you all very much. Thank you very much. You're always there with Julie Ramirez. Serve and support all teams. You are an extraordinary person. We are very happy to work with you. So thank you very much for coming here. Your words also convey our gratitude to your partner, Julie, and to all present. We'll have this recorded conference arranged shortly, and good night, everyone.
Good night.
Hey.
Thank you.